You were making statements about the new pixels being twice as durable. You were already IP68, presumably not IP136 or whatever it ends up being. Can you quantify what that actually means?
Yes, yeah, great question. So obviously we run a series of very robust reliability tests against our devices. The standards that you mentioned in terms of dustproof, waterproof are some of those dimensions. Specifically in this example, one of the things we're most proud of this generation versus the next is actually drop durability. So again, the design choices that we've made there, the materials that we're able to use, and some of the engineering on the inside of the device has made it twice as drop durable, which I think is, for all of us who probably had that experience. That would be one very concrete example. But again, there's a suite of different kinds of tests that we run across the device portfolio.
Are you able to make those public? Sorry, I already had those.
The drop durability we can make that public. Yeah.
But the other tests that you're running?
We don't. Again, we don't know that.
I've got a few questions. I'll try and ask them very quickly. 45 tokens per second. I mean, the Windows world and the desktop chips talking about 40 trillion operations per second. So, I mean, a mobile phone's just rated differently. What is the equivalent in TOPS? So the first one is TOPS. Secondly, on Samsung, you have an AI menu in the settings, which I don't see in the Pixel 8. It says Galaxy AI in the settings, and then you can look at you can tweak all the different settings for chat assist, note assist, photo assist. It's like, it's there. So is there an AI menu setting in the settings? Stylus support for the Pixel Fold 2 or Pro 9 Fold, can you use a stylus with it? And finally, how come the Buds got the Tensor chip before the watch?
Okay, good omnibus question. We'll make our way through. So starting with tensor performance. So very much the way we look at performance is around real-world use cases, right? Benchmarks are part of that, and so you can do the numbers game. I'll let you guys do the comparisons. But what we've really tried to focus on with Tensor is the set of capabilities and things that we see customers do, and making sure that those are most efficient and performant. The 45 tokens a second, look, there are obviously differences between cloud-based AI and edge AI and what you're able to do on those platforms. We always look to try and find the right balance between performance, privacy, and helpfulness, right, capability. And you choose, in terms of how we design those products, the sort of optimal mix across those three.
Do you think you'll ever issue what the TOPS is for the mobile if it matters?
Sorry, there's a mic here somewhere.
I think I'm assuming people are going to want to ask that question.
We haven't, as you know, we haven't done that in the past, and I think like Ben said, we're really focused on like what are the key use cases built around AI that we can deliver on Pixel best in class, and that's what we design our chips for. And I think at this stage we're not releasing the specific specs.
Is there a comparison how many tokens Pixel 8 could do versus Pixel 9? Don't need to know right now.
We can probably get back to you on that. I think we
nice
can. Yep.
Then the AI menu in the thing.
Not that I'm aware of. When you try out the device, you can have a look. I'm not familiar with what the Samsung offering is there. Stylus, do you know the answer on that? I have not.
We'll get back to you on that one.
It doesn't come with Stylus support. I think that's right.
Yeah, and it's important to note that like with Pixel, Gemini is embedded right from the box, like right out of the box, so through the setup screen, and there's a whole bunch of controls you can have in there. You can always view how your data has been used in our AI models, and you can delete that data so it's no longer used in the AI models. So yeah, we aim to give users like heaps of different sort of insight and capability into the data they're using to run our AI.
And then the final question is the Tensor chip for the watch, is that going to come next year?
I won't allude to future roadmap. I can say we're pretty excited about bringing Tensor to form factors other than phone and tablet. In the Buds, there's a set of great capabilities there that it enables. On the watches, we're pretty happy with the performance that we're seeing between the Pixel 2 and Pixel 3, both in terms of UX and I mentioned a ton of efficiency and power gains. But yes, nothing to announce just yet.
Just two simple questions. First one, is it the same, if the Pixel Watch is it the same charger as the Pixel Watch 2? Cool.
Yes.
Second question, are there any versions of the Fold that will be not available in Australia that are available in other markets? including like colours?
From a memory standpoint, in Australia, we'll have the 256 and the 512 variants. They're the ones that we think is going to resonate the most. There will be a 1 terabyte version that will be available in other markets.
In terms of, I noticed on one slide it said that some features will require a subscription. Which features are those?
Yes, the ones we mentioned today that rely on Gemini Advanced, so that is our most sort of cutting edge set of model experiences. Gemini Live is probably the concrete example from the presentation today. Gemini Live will require Advanced, and that will be bundled in. So if you buy one of the Pro devices, you're getting 12 months of that subscription. Gemini Live being the conversational mode of Gemini. In that subscription, there are a few other things that come along for the ride. You are able to access Gemini Advanced models through other interfaces. So again, that's our cutting edge. We keep that as the first and best experience of Gemini. You're also getting Gemini Workspace, so things like documents, slides, you might have seen if you've had that experience already. Super powerful way to get things done. And that subscription also gives you a terabyte, in fact 2 terabytes of storage on the cloud.
Awesome, thank you. So none of the other features you talked about today will require it?
No, I think that's it. It's all those you can see at the moment. Like if you log on, you can see all the features that come in Gemini Advanced, and it's really just those ones that require the subscription.
Great, thank you. And what's the on sale date?
So we're launching. 14th is the pre-order date, and then the Pixel 9 XL and also the Pixel 9 will be available from the 22nd of August, so just a week after pre-order. And then the rest of the devices are coming consecutively through spring, so there'll be a number of other on-sale dates for the rest of the devices.
Hey guys.
All right. Sorry, is that one more?
Two more.
A few more. Okay, we might just do Fergus. I know there's 2 more there waiting in the queue, but we might just...
Chris is Mike.
Chris, okay, Chris, and then Fergus, and then if we can take a couple on the call, and then we'll come back to you two.
You spoke
as well.
You spoke a fair bit about video, but not about audio. And I know you got the A1 chip there with the earbuds, but with the actual phones, I thought the audio on the Pixel 8 let down the video a bit. Has there been any gains there in terms of the way the audio is recorded and dealt with?
On the recording stack, I can get back to you. I don't think there's any. Some things that we are doing on audio, in particular, we didn't talk about call quality, but we've made some improvements to clear calling. So that's the sort of AI model running on phone calls to improve, particularly when you're in sort of narrowband environments on the edge of LTE spectrum. Sometimes that can reduce call quality quite considerably. And with the Pixel 9, we're seeing some pretty meaningful advancements there. On video recording, we can follow up if there's pieces in the spec sheet that we want to share there.
Cool. I'll make it quick. The Pixel 1 and 2 had an issue where the display was not repairable because it was the way it was integrated. And I believe the answer I got last time was that Google was working with customers on a case-by-case basis. Is there any movement on that, or is that pretty much the same situation for the third gen?
For the Pixel 1 and...
for the Watch 3.
Oh, sorry, for the Watch 3, yeah, we'll get back, we'll be able to get back to you on that. But yeah, my understanding is that we're going to have all the parts available.
Okay.
For the phones even, because we're offering 7 years of software, because we've got some security updates, we're going to have parts available for 7 years as well to support.
For the Watch?
That's for the phones from a hardware perspective. But yeah, we'll get back to you on the Watch 3 screen.
Gotcha. And with the Pixel Studio image generation, are there any guardrails on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we, across all of the AI features that we're building, are very much grounded in our AI safety principles. We've published those. I think we talk about them quite a lot. There will be, we'll continue to kind of have those guardrails in place. Pixel Studio, again, as I said, you'll have a lot of fun playing with it. It is a really powerful AI canvas. It's really creative, but there will be things that no doubt you will stress test and try out yourself and find that we have chosen in places to make sure that those guardrails are in place. But consistent with the experiences that we've launched on other platforms and surfaces, where Gemini is kind of being developed as responsibly as possible. You'll see that here on the phone experience as well with Pixel Studio.
So, previous generation had a temperature sensor. Does this version, doesn't look like it does from the pictures, does this version have a sensor? And if not, why? And if so, still, of course, same question, why?
The Pro does have a temperature sensor, and it senses temperature of objects and conceivably individuals. But yes.
Does it have an actual use? Can Gemini use it? What is the use for it? Nobody seems to know.
Yeah, we've seen, some of the ways people are using it. Like over in the US, it's approved FDA for body temperature sensing. Some of the ways we've seen it used in Australia is people, wine connoisseurs have been using it to make sure their wine is at the right temperature. We've seen people use it to measure the temperature of bottles for babies for the milk.
So just based on that then, is Google looking for TGA approval, given the FDA approval in America?
There's nothing we can share on that today, but we'll get back to you in the follow-up notes. Maybe we can see if we can clarify that one for you.
Thank you.
Is the Google TV streamer one of the devices coming to Australia?
It is. Yep, we're very much looking forward to that. It'll be coming in spring, and there'll be more details coming very soon.
Right, is there any other questions on the call, Jack? If not, we'll go back to the room. All right, Ray.
Ray's being very patient.
First question is about the subscription cost of your advanced Gemini. Australians hate paying subscriptions. Do you have any idea what it's going to cost per annum, and where can we find some more detail about it?
Yeah, pricing, again, it'll be in the tech specs, but $32.99 a month. Gemini Advanced is accessing the cutting edge of what Google has to offer in this space across a variety of platforms. As I said, it's not just the experiences we spoke about today. It's within productivity tools and workflows. It's within the Gemini web interfaces and other sort of assistant interfaces that exist. In addition to that, we're providing added cloud storage. And it is that bundle of everything you need to sort of set yourself up for this.
You don't have a good, better, best, or a free one and then a medium price one.
We do. Most of what Ben showed here today is available even without a Gemini Advanced subscription. So, for example, with the Pixel 9 device, even without that, you can use Gemini to help you to check on your inbox, and it'll send you bullet points of all the emails that you received, or to help you draft an email, or to edit photos, translate languages, clear calling. All these things are using Gemini. And that is at no extra cost to customers. It's just, as Ben mentioned, it's Gemini Advanced, a few specific use cases where that subscription fee applies.
Sorry if this is already known. What about the features that are talked about today and their availability on, say, the Pixel 8? So I guess things like Add Me or Auto Frame and that type of thing. Is it available now, or will it be available, or not able to be available because of hardware?
Yeah, so the way we think about this, there are a set of features that we spoke about today that are very much Pixel 9 first. Part of that is just where the technology is at, and from a hardware capability, the Pixel 9 series is giving us sort of the best available. We're continuing to work on that technology and make sure that we're bringing it to as many customers as we can. Concretely to your question, we think about things like the Magic Editor features that we spoke about being Pixel first. We think about things that are dependent on multimodality as being sort of things that will only be available on the Pixel 9 and moving forward. But yeah, we'll have more to announce as those features make their way down. Everything we spoke about today, for now, is available on 9 with that kind of distinction of what you should expect. Thanks.
And I wanted to know, I'm currently paying $18.48 for the Google Workspace. So when you say $32.99, is that going to be $32.99 on top of that, or is that going to be something I can just upgrade to, and instead of paying 18 I can pay 32 and still have the 2 terabytes of space for my email? And,
it includes, so the Google One AI Premium, so you can see the details on our website today. It includes a 2 terabyte, includes ability to use Gemini in Workspace and all that sort of stuff as well.
I have my email hosted through
Gmail. So that's why I'm paying extra. So
Yeah.
but what you're saying is that I can just go from the 18 to the 32, not add 32 to my current 18.
Yeah, it's not on top, right? So you get that 2 terabyte, for example, includes Google Photos, Gmail, everything, and it's all. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the nomenclature here, I think if you have a Google One subscription, which I think might be what is enabling what you're describing, there is a Google One AI Premium version of that to your big, better, best, or I can't remember what the scale was, and so you should be able to upgrade from what you have today to sort of add the Gemini Advanced capabilities.
2 quick questions. On the Pixel Watch 3, your new run coaching feature sounds very similar to what you've done previously with the Fitbit Plus subscription. Is that actually behind the subscription tier, or is that available outright?
No, so the run features, the planning, the run dashboard, and that run experience on the watch are part of the Pixel 3. The only feature that I mentioned that is part of premium is if you want AI coaching, AI, what do we call them, run plans. That is part of the premium section of the Fitbit app, but everything else that we talked about is available with the watch.
We have a few more questions from online, which we'll just go to quickly. So Phil Tan from Osdroid said, there's such a broad application of Gemini in daily life with the well-deserved increased focus of Google on accessibility over the last 3 years. Is there more in the works in this space to make Gemini even better and more forward-reaching?
Fantastic question, and thank you for sort of asking on that theme. One of the big advancements in this area, which I'll just double click on again, is Gemini Live and the way that has transformed the way you can interact with these assistants. It really is the most natural, free-flowing way to learn a new skill, ask about a project, plan things out. And so from an accessibility perspective, it removes a lot of barriers of, in my case, I had my phone in my pocket, it was locked, I wasn't using it. With your buds, you have a simple way to activate your assistant and interact with it. So that I would call out as a big advancement in this space. Obviously, across the company, we continue to invest to make sure all of our apps and services are optimized for accessibility. I don't think we have any other specific features to announce today, but knowing that bar is always increasing across the portfolio.
Cool, thank you. We also have Daniel Tyson asking if there's any pre-order bonuses.
On the 14th, wait and see. We're very excited. I think there'll be some great offers out there for everyone.
And finally, online, Alice Clark said, are there any new cycling features coming to the watch in line with the Apple and Samsung features, or is it just running for now?
Look, the Pixel Watch has a great workout experience today that does support cycling and a set of tracking and workout experiences built around that. The big advancements that we're talking about with Pixel Watch 3 have obviously been in the domain of running, but knowing that cycling and I think, as I said, 40-ish, 40 plus, somewhere in that vicinity, other workout modes very much continue to be supported and focused on one team.
Whilst Ray's waiting for the mic, with the Gemini, I think you mentioned this, but Apple talks about taking action with apps specifically. Now you talk about the screenshots, but is Gemini going to do that too, where it can take action for you in apps?
Absolutely. I think
launch
the experience that we have today. Yeah, absolutely. The way that Google thinks about AI on Pixel is across the stack, as I mentioned. So the things that we're able to do at the operating system level, at the app level, it's not just Google's apps. There's some great integrations today with Gmail, with Calendar, with a set of those services. Obviously, the new products that we mentioned, AI Studio, Pixel Screenshot. I did this thing yesterday. I took a picture of I think it was on some social network, a picture of a dog breed that I thought was kind of cool. And then I was in the lounge and speaking to my wife, and I could ask Pixel Screenshots via Gemini, hey, what was the breed of that dog I took a screenshot of? And it nailed it. So there are these amazing journeys now that are starting to open up, not just between Gemini and its information sources, but other experiences on the device.
Go for it, Ray.
I want to thank Google for upgrading the USB-C 3.1 port to allow for Android desktop and things like that. But it doesn't appear to want to allow you to mount an external SSD as a drive. Now, this is really important to vloggers and videographers and others. Other phones can do it, it's obviously something you can change in software. Have you thought about it?
I'm not familiar with this problem. We can take, I mean, definitely we'll take, let me take it on notice. I will, if it, right, if it's not an intentional decision, that
It was a big feature of the iPhone 15 that you could plug in a USB SSD and Pro filmmakers, they want 2 terabytes, 8 terabytes.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me take that. If it's not, it's a great.
You didn't have a budget for some pictures to be like this now.
Thank you.
Just super quick spec question. Do you still have mmWave on the phones, and on which ones?
Not on. We're not. There's no mmWave on any of these devices in Australia. They support like LTE sub-6.
Why the change? Given Google was kind of the Pixel 9 Pro or Pixel 8 Pro, Pixel 7 Pro, well, I guess like the flagship phones for mmWave.
Yeah, we just focus on the use cases that people, that we have clear data to support are really useful for people, and for the Australian market, Aussie consumers, sub-6 we feel is everything they need, and so we've decided to focus on there for the range.
Amazing, thank you.
I'm going to jump back on the mmWave and sub-6 bit. Would I be right in thinking that international models will have mmWave, or is it a sub-6 across the planet?
I'd say, the mmWave version will only be available in the US.
I'll be quick. Is there Qi 2 on these phones?
Sorry?
Qi 2.
There is none. We have first generation Qi across the line.
And with the Gemini, it's been, I think, a year and a bit since you sort of moved from having Google Assistant as the default to having that Gemini built in. Are there any local insights you can share on how people are actually using that feature?
Hopefully some of the anecdotes I gave resonate. They're not just things that people put in speaker notes and come out of my mouth. Like they're real, and I think they reflect often the sorts of things that we're seeing our customers engage with. Obviously, things involved, things around photography, images, the advancements there across video are very much powered by insights from our customers. We build and enhance all of these features and pay attention to where people are asking for. So you've seen big jumps in video. I didn't go into detail, but we mentioned some improvements in the panorama experience. So those are very, very top of mind. And then on Gemini in particular, the big step from text only to multimodality is in response to how we see people starting to interact with the Gemini assistant. And then I will beat this horse until whatever, but like Gemini Live is a game changer. For me personally, for everyone I know who's used it, being able to have that smooth, free-flowing conversation makes it much less about this and much more about thinking and figuring things out, which I think is extremely exciting.
Okay, and just one last quick thing, which is the Pixel Buds Pro. Something I heard from friends who used the first generation one was that they had issues with durability. Is there any changes to that with the second gen?
Look, the design is ground up, and the chip inside of it is brand new in-house. It's not off the shelf. So those two are big changes to the product, and I hope you'll see improvements not just to fit and comfort. Obviously, durability and secure fit are related. So by making these our most secure fitting buds yet, I'm sure you'll see improvements there as well.
Okay, thank you.